Just as we promised, we have Barbie.
Hi everyone.
The Merida Moves. And today we are going to talk about how important it is to have someone like a moving service, right? And a lawyer in your corner for when you move abroad. Right, Barbie?
Yeah, well, I think we are a lot of people here in Merida where we offer different type of services.
Yeah.
My company calls Merida Moves. We actually help people to move. We don't do the move like, you know, with the trucks and everything, but we know somebody that we can recommend them for doing that too.
Yeah.
But our goal, I mean, our services cover the immigration. I'm also a lawyer, so in case that you want to buy a house, in case that you want to rent a house, and your residency, whatever that you can involve it here in Merida for living, that's what we do.
That's right. That's right. Barbie, we were talking about the other day, we had a video. We were talking about how a lot of expats, they'll move and they think that they can do it alone, like do Facebook Marketplace and things like that. But how important do you think it is to have someone advocate for you when you're coming from, especially like the United States and Canada? How important do you think that is?
Well, I think when you're moving abroad, it's a lot of feelings involved. You know, first of all, if this is your first time that you're moving abroad, you're gonna be in fear.
That's right.
You know, so you don't know, this is a different country, different language, different customs. So everything is completely different, you know, and even if we are so close to the border, here in Merida, we are so far from that. So we do the things different. So I think it's very important to have somebody here, you know, even a friend that already moved here before, or a service like us, you know, I'm a local, so we know how the things running, and I think that's also important, you know. I hear some of expats also offer these type of services, which, you know, it's room for everyone.
That's
so
right.
I'm not judging anyone. Everyone has their own room and the business, you know, but people that have been living here maybe have a little bit more knowledge about the city. You know, I only work in Merida, Yucatan area. I born here, I rise here all my life. I never moving out to any other place. So I don't work in Cancun, I don't work in Mexico City. I only work in Merida because this is my city and I know my city.
That's right. That's right. And that's so important. So important. And one thing that we also have brought up before was that, like, it's been a year since you placed us, and we call you, and you still advocate for us. Remember when we had, like, the water coming through us, like you talking, you were on the phone helping us call. So I just think that it's very important because there's a lot of expats that's coming here and they're saying, oh, these YouTubers are lying about their lives here in Merida. Where it's not that we're lying. It could be, our experience could be good, but if you don't have the backup, or if you can't, what I say is you can't move and know everything that you have to think of right then and there. There's going to be a lot of things that you don't anticipate that you're going to come across. And it's very important to have someone like you or whatever service to really back them up. What is 2 or 3 obstacles that you've seen that makes expats not like Merida and they run back home? Like, what are some of the things to look out for, Barbie?
Well, for people that are already here, I'm gonna say heat.
Yeah.
Definitely our weather is super different, so you need to be a little bit prepared for this weather, honestly.
Yeah.
The humidity.
Exactly.
The mosquitoes could be
Yes.
something too. We have a mosquito season over here a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say also, once that you move here, sometimes expats bump it with either way locals or either way expat services that they feel taken advantage to.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a lot of people there outside and a lot of people that try to, and I'm not gonna say a scam, well, it's a lot of scam too, but I'm not gonna say a scam. I'm saying they don't get what they're looking for, and that's make the experience whole different.
Yeah.
You know, come here without friends, come here without somebody to hold a hand, come here with nothing, and then add to that, have a bad experience with somebody, some local, some whatever, they promise you to do something and you pay for it and it's never coming, and that type of things could feel a little bit disappointing, you know. So people feel like this is not their place, you know. And I'm just gonna say, don't judge Merida for the people, you know. I mean, we are our people. I think most of the Yucatecans are really nice and welcome, you know, but choose your people around, you know. So I think that's one of the best, more important things to make this experience nice and make you want to stay here. And some of the obstacles when you are not here yet, I'm gonna say the language. The prices. I mean, although we are one of the cities, the cheapest cities, this is also prices. I mean, depends how do you want to live. If you want to live with a local budget, then you're gonna need to set up your expectation lower as a local. But if you want to live like a rich, well, you can also live here. You know, some of the places here are super expensive, so you can live as a rich people here too. So that's gonna depend the way that you want to live. But also sometimes could scare people. And I'm gonna say, what else? Maybe they're afraid, you know, to just
venture out.
Venture and just move in and do it.
That's right. Can you tell us a little bit? One hot topic is power outages, right? Power outages. Like where we live, I don't want to say, but where we live, there's not that many, believe it or not. I don't know why, but there isn't. And there's other people that they've been complaining about days that they've been out. So how do you figure that part out?
Well, I have a shocking news about this. You will never know. You will never know, just because power outage is actually a random thing. You know, some people can live. It's more common in downtown just because a lot of people concentrate there, so they use the appliances more often. And when it's super hot, everyone uses their appliances, so they kind of like overcharge the lines, and it could be a power out. But outside or in other areas, you will never know. Maybe it's raining, maybe a tree go on the cords and cables, and you know the transform could explode, and then you're not gonna have power. We don't know. You know, my area, actually, I live in Ciudad Cauquel, and over my street, we barely lose the power. Just like, but you know, the funny thing is, the next block just next to us, they always put, you know, every time that the power go out, like super often, they don't have it, and don't happen to me. And I'm just like walking distance, you know, the next block. So I'm gonna say you will never know. Well, if you are rented, maybe rented in the area a couple of weeks or days before to check out the area. If you are by it, well, pray.
Pray. Or get a generator.
Yeah, okay, yeah, exactly. Get a generator. That will help with the life. Yeah.
That's right. Do you have any tips for people or families that are moving down here with kids? Because my sister also, she lived down here for a few months. But like, is there anything that they should look out for? Like, are there do you know much about international schools or anything like that?
Yeah, we have like 3 really good ones. International school here. A lot of private schools too. That I actually recommend them when when kids are small or little, they move in here and enroll them then in private school, normal ones, you know. That way they're gonna get the Spanish like quick. You know, kids are like a sponge, so they're gonna get everything like quick and right away, and opposition than us, the adults, you know. So I think it's better to just roll them in the private school, but you know, normal school here. It's not like our school system are really nice. It's not like that, but I'm just suggesting this for small kids.
Yes.
You know, when you only go to the school to learn the vocals, you know, and how to draw and that type of things, you know.
Yeah.
Once that you go to the elementary, you know, like the secundaria, the preparatoria, primaria, so that's the names that we call for elementary and middle and high school.
Yeah.
Then just choose a good one, you know. But in the beginning, just rolling in a normal one, close by to you and close by to your place, that you don't need to drive like kilometers for dropping off and dropping on, and pick it up. So in that way, it's they will learn, you know,
Okay.
Spanish, and just find your area, you know, explore the area before to move here, because it's a lot of nice areas for families with kids, with the small ones, playgrounds all around all the city.
Yeah.
So we do have a lot of playgrounds, public and private. If you move in a close gated community, usually mostly of them, they're gonna have playgrounds inside, so in that way only the people that live there have access to that. But if you move to the city, normal city, then we have parks, really nice playgrounds. So explore the area before actually to move, just you going to that, you know, just focus to the actually, you know, looking for playgrounds, parks and all this stuff. I think that's gonna be the two advices. Centro, I won't recommend in downtown for families with the small kids or even pets. I don't think that's the correct way. I mean, the correct place for the small kids, just because it's crowded. It's a lot of buses pass by all the time, and it's really difficult to go to the sidewalks in the downtown. It's super fun for adults, you know, for tourists and everything. And if you bring your kids for a couple of weeks, that's fine. But for living, I don't think that would be the place, and especially because most of the houses in downtown, they don't have parking in the front. So that means that your kid's gonna be just open the door away from the streets where all the time buses pass by in cars. You know, so I think it's a better idea go outside to downtown when you choose Merida to live with families, you know, with kids. And also, I'm gonna say in the north, most of the restaurants has playgrounds for kids, and actually some of them has nannies. So that means that you can eat and drink your, you know, your margarita, and somebody else gonna be watching your kids, which is amazing.
That is. That
Very
really
nice.
is. Yeah.
That's nice.
So I know that you don't help with like transferring over the plates or anything like that, but in general, can expats buy cars here? And like, what are, like, do they have to be a resident to buy a car?
Yeah, there is I mean, here is a really blur line between, and I'm gonna explain. By law, it's not a law that forbidden to expats. I'm not talking about residents, I'm talking about tourists to buy a car. They can buy a car here because they can drive it. The only thing is they cannot change that car into their name. So what happened here in Mexico, it's really common to don't change it into your name. You don't need to actually put it into your name. I know in the United States, if you don't have it into your name, that car is not yours, but not here. You can have the paperwork with endorsement, and that's your car, you know, nothing happens. So you can drive without car without no problem. The only thing is something happening, you have an accident or something like that, then the insurance for pay you need to be the car into your name. So if something happens like an accident, then you're gonna need to change that car into your name for be able to collect the insurance. Yeah, exactly. But besides that, insurance can sell you in a police without your residency. It's not a big deal. You can drive with your American drive license or international one, so it's not a big deal. So it's except the new ones, you cannot buy a new one, because when you buy a new car from the agency, they need to put in that car in somebody's name because it's in blank. So then they need to put it in somebody's. If you put it in other one's name, that's not gonna be your car. So you're gonna need to. That's gonna need to be a user car. But if you buy a user car, yes, no problem. You can have the endorsement in blank, and then when you need it, if you need it, you can put in your name on it. You can change in place the next year or 2 years and change it into your name if you want to. It's much more easier if you have a residency, so the process is more easier because as a resident, then you have the full right to change the car into your name and have a car, own a car here. But it's just a blurry line because it's not forbidden, it's not 100% right either, but it's not forbidden.
Okay, I understand that. But even for like us as residents, we would need like a tax number or something like that in order to buy a new car, right?
Yes, you need the RFC, which is our tax number.
Okay.
You don't need to pay taxes, but because in Mexico the taxes are already included in the articles when you buy it,
Okay.
they charge you the taxes already.
Okay.
So that's why they need your number. But you don't need to pay anything else beside the price that they already give it to you.
Okay.
But this is when it's a new car. When it's a used car, you don't need it.
Okay. All right. Good. That's very, very nice to know. Another thing that people sort of like they're not too sure about is after being here for a while, we can buy a house, right? I know that it has to be in a trust, but I know a lot of people are a little weary about having a bank control a house that they.
Yeah, the bank is not controlling your house.
Okay.
The bank is only borrow the bank's name.
Okay.
Or loan you. That will be loan you, right? I
Okay.
mean, the bank give you the name, his name, and then you're gonna be under them. But you are like 100% free to sell the house in the moment that you want, to rent the house in the moment that you want. You will pay the taxes for the house, you will pay the city hall taxes that you pay every year. You're gonna be responsible for everything. You can change it into your name, the CFA bill, the power bill, the water bill. So you can do whatever you want. That will be your house completely. So just to be able, because it's, and the laws say the expats, and I'm gonna say foreigners, not
Yes,
expats, foreigners
foreigners.
are not allowed to buy or have property in Mexico.
Yeah.
And we have certain restriction. It's 50 kilometers from the beach
Yes.
and 100 kilometers from the border.
Ah.
And this is an old law supposedly protect us to invasion.
Okay.
So that's why they don't allow to people next to the border and next to the beach to, foreigner people have houses or properties because they can buy all the border or all the sea and then allow people to conquer us.
Right.
It's an old law, but we still have that law in our constitution. So that's why if you find a spot that it's more than 50 kilometers away from the beach, more than 100 from the border, you can buy without trust.
Okay.
And it's a couple of places. Well, I think Yucatan have 2 or 3 really little downtowns that is outside these requirements, and you can buy there without any trust as a Mexican, no problem at all.
Okay.
But if your house or the property is not, is inside these 50 kilometers or 100 kilometers, then you're gonna need a trust. And the way they protected us is Mexican bank, gonna be holding the house. But in the moment that you want to sell it, you can sell it, and you pay the bank like a rent fee, because every year you pay in around, I think, $400, I think, something like that, or $350, something like that. So you pay, well, depends on the bank that you choose. It's other one more expensive. One of the cheapest ones is the one that we're gonna do. It's $450 per year.
Okay.
So that's your fees, taxes, fees that you pay to the bank, and for allow to use their name.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Thank you for that. 'Cause that's
No.
So Barbie, there's someone out there that's watching this, right? And they're on the fence, like they're listening to other foreigners or expats saying, don't go to Merida. They haven't been, but they're thinking that they may want to go. What do you say to them?
I'm gonna say, give us a shot, give us a chance.
Yeah.
Come here. Don't need to move in abroad right away. Come here to visit. I can guarantee if you hold the hand to a local people, they know what places or what areas or what part of the city show you, you're gonna fall in love to Merida. Merida is a beautiful city to be and a beautiful city to explore. We are the safest city in the whole Mexico, the safest city in the whole Mexico, the second safe city in the whole America, and that means we are more safe than United States. So the whole America, we are the second one, and the 13 in the it's not the 13 in the whole world.
Yeah.
So that means that we're really safe. So you don't need to be worried about your safety. People can go here in the Uber in the middle of the night. You can send in your kids. I have teenagers and I send them Uber all the time. I do have, this is going to be shocking maybe because I do have friends from the United States. My friend, she's a single mom. She had teenagers and she said that she's scared at death to send in the kids to the mall first and Uber alone. And second one in United States, and then just hanging in the malls alone.
Yeah.
But here, since she moved in here, the kids are so independent.
Yeah.
They go all the time in Uber and the platforms to the malls. They go with their friends. They stay the night. They go out in the night, and she is super, super quiet. She's calm and she's not worried about anything happening to them. So I think your family's safety, it's a good benefit points for us. Merida for a good reason to move in here, and definitely just gonna say, just come here, let them Merida a chance, watch the city with your open mind and open eyes, and allow the city to make you fall in love to you. You fall in love to the city because it's really, really nice place to be. And also, I was about to say, I just forgot what I was about to say. But anyway, I was gonna say it's the better way to just jump.
That's right.
Come, visit, book in a couple of days. You don't need to be here. For moving abroad. I know people just moving because they're, they want to do it and they just do it.
Yeah.
But then you can take, if you are afraid still, come here, and every other question that you have, just go online, follow expats that are living here, that they know what you're talking about. I know a lot of people get scared for the hurricane, for example, this time. Nothing happened to us. I keep on saying.
Nothing happened.
I keep on saying my
clients.
clients.
Was worse than that.
Yeah, I keep on saying my clients, nothing's gonna happen, but they don't know until they see.
Exactly.
So don't be scared about it. Take your preventions, whatever as a normal. But as soon as you come here, you're gonna see that this is a beautiful city, and you're gonna get some pounds because our food is amazing.
It really is. It really is. And even if you're afraid, if you have a house, you could always rent it out in the States to make sure that this is really where you want to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't have to go all in, but at least try it to say through your own experience that you like it or you don't like it, right? How can they get in touch with you, Barbie?
Oh, well, they can find us all over internet. We have our website with www.meridamoves.com and Instagram Merida Moves, Facebook Merida Moves, and TikTok Merida Moves, YouTube Merida Moves. So pretty much in all the online, and we are always can find us as Merida Moves.
Yes. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. This is and then also I forgot. I remember what I was to say. I will say mostly all my clients becoming my dear friends, and this is why we keep being in touch. If you're afraid about moving here, you don't need to be my client. You can also reach me as just want to, I can answer any question that you have, and I can put you in connected with some people that already live here. It's like more than 5,000 legal expats moving here already.
I didn't even know that.
More than 5,000 in the legal way. So just imagine the ones that they move in here as a tourist and they're not legal, they don't resident yet. But we have more than the last census was for immigration was 5,000 and something in the legal way. They already have residency. So that means that we are a lot of people here in Merida, a lot of foreigners living here, and also we have huge communities for pretty much everything. You don't be afraid to go Facebook and do some research. But we have communities in Facebook for single women, for married women, for single men, for women moving abroad alone, for single moms with kids, for family with the small kids, family with teenagers. We'll even have the Black Expat group. So it's a huge community in Facebook, and I think you can find some of what you can fit in and be in touch with other ones that are already here like you.
Very, very good. So you see, you all, there are people, expats or foreigners here in Merida that actually thrive in, right? So if you are on the fence, you're thinking, I'm not sure, call Barbie.
Just call Barby.
Until the next time, Expat Barber. Adios.
Guys, adios. Discúlpame.
I know.
If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.